Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Before we get started today, please make sure to hit that subscribe button, that like button, and hit that notification bell so you don't miss any videos that I make. Alright, so today we're going to go over every 4K movie I added to my collection in the year of 2023. So I'm going to start with January. The only movie I got in January was probably one of the worst I bought for the year. And that is Halloween Ends. I wanted to get that Walmart exclusive one because I really dug the artwork on this. But it's not even out of seal. And then for February, we got the Black Adam Pop Edition, Walmart exclusive. The Walmart exclusive Black Panther, Wakanda Forever. Exclusive enamel pins. Found this in the dump bin at Walmart for $4. Always nice to get a piece of classic Rambo. This was one of those Dollar General cheapies. I think it was $4 as well. But when I looked it up online on IMDb, it had a very good score. So, and I like Christian Bale. The next one, this will start our month of March, and that's going to be Downsizing. This was a Hamilton book deal. If you know about them, you know, right? And then I pre-ordered this, and I was excited for this. I had been waiting years for Red Eye to make it off of DVD. This was one of my favorite movies in the mid-thousands. One of my favorite psychological thrillers, if you would say. But I waited a long time for it to get upgraded, so I was very happy that it got a nice 4K upgrade. The next one will be the Texas Chainsaw Massacre. And this was the last one that I picked up for March. It took me a little while to decide which one I wanted to get, but ultimately I went with the slip because you get the best of both worlds when it comes to the artwork. For April, we started off with the, I think it was $4. It might have been $6. But it was very cheap. So we went with Heat. Just a major Amazon blowout on that. Also, I got into, I think it was last year, but I started messing with them. I think it was last year I started messing with them, but I kept messing with them a little bit this year. But when Walmart got the bin steelbooks, this was not in my bin, but the app had it, I think, for $10. They were doing $10 steelbooks. I had to get Training Day. I thought I had this on Blu-ray for the longest time, so I wasn't even pressed about the 4K. And then I started seeing everybody talk about the 4K and how awesome it was. So I went to go over to the shelf to pick my Blu-ray off, and no Blu-ray. So I went ahead and scooped this up from eBay. And at the same time, in the same eBay order, I also got Dragon Slayer. This might still be one of the best 4Ks released this year. It made a movie older than me look like it came out today. It was very good. It was a very good transfer. So I was the sticker on it. Another $3 Dollar General get, the Hurricane Heist. This one was on a blowout sale on Amazon, I think, for $8, I believe. And one of my favorite things to do when I go to collect, things I think about, is shelf space and how much I can fit into one spot. So I love it. Some people don't. And I don't like multi-packs when it's not the same franchise, but I love when they squeeze all the franchise into one case. It saves a lot of shelf space, gets all the movies that you need, gets the job done real good. So I love that. I don't like mixture movies in packs like that, but I love it when it's the same franchise. And then I hit up a Kino Lorber sale. It was the first Kino Lorber sale I had ever hit up. And this was listed for, I believe, $13.99, no slipcover. And I didn't care about slipcovers, but hey, lo and behold, came with the slipcover. Such a classic, Silence of the Lambs. And then my last pickup for April was yet another Amazon blowout, and it was Assassin's Creed. And I believe this was $5 or $6 on some sort of blowout sale. I'm not sure what the sale was. Even it may not have been any particular sale. So I started off the month of May with what I consider to be a banger, and that was Knock at the Cabin steelbook. I absolutely loved this steelbook. I thought it was awesome. I really dug this movie. It was one that me and my wife went and seen in the theater, and I had a good time with it. I usually like M. Night Shyamalan movies. I also took this time in May to take advantage of a Scream Factory sale and finally got Halloween 4, Halloween 5, and the 1995 through 2002 box set. I had bought this last year when it was on sale for that $23 from Walmart, and they quickly canceled it. said that it was an error in pricing. But I got it for 50% off on the Scream Factory box set and 4K sale. It was a pretty good deal for what I finally got it for, a reasonable price, not the $129 or $109 that it was. And then next we went with a Best Buy exclusive steelbook for The Man Who Fell to Earth. Now, me and my wife were both big David Bowie fans, but we had never seen this, and were we in for quite a surprise. This was a good movie, but if you've never seen it, just beware. There's lots of hammer hanging. You don't want to watch it around the kids. And then the last one that I got for May was a Walmart pickup. For some reason, my Walmart did this really weird thing with the end cap, and in the summer for some reason, I don't know. It just had random movies, and they had the commuter for $10. And I'm all about finding a good deal on a 4K. But I like Liam Neeson, so I assume it's probably decent if you like the Take-Ins and all that. Now, June was a very light month for me because we were saving up for our vacation in July. So we only picked up one movie, but we picked it up 2 times. So we picked up the Super Mario Brothers movie on 4K standard slipcover, and then we ordered from the Walmart exclusive, which some people didn't realize there was a 4K version of it, the Star Collectible 10 4K Blu-ray combo pack of Mario Brothers movie. This was probably one of my favorite packagings of the year. It was a studio release, but it was very hard to find, and once it was gone, it was gone, and it didn't last very long, even for it sold out on pre-orders. So this was a very nice one, and me and my family really enjoyed that, the Mario Brothers movie. So it was a real good one to pick up this year. So for July, I got a little stack. It was my birthday. It was vacation month, but I got some birthday funds, and there was a big Vinegar Syndrome sale going on at the same time. So, I got Amityville Horror. I thought the slipcover looked really awesome on it. It didn't have reversible cover art, I don't think. But the slipcover was really cool. And it was on a sale. I don't remember what it was. Whatever their July sale is. A 4th of July sale, possibly. And then I got Dead Heat, which I really wanted it because I've always been a big fan of Treat Williams. In the 90s, well, late 90s, I guess, we watched a lot of Deep Rising in our house. So I became a big fan of Treat Williams. Now, I haven't opened this one yet. I haven't watched it. But I knew that the one that got me hooked last year to Vinegar Syndrome was Texas Chainsaw Massacre. So I wanted another big box like that. So I got Miami Connection. I looked up a trailer. It looked pretty good. For, I had an idea as to what I was getting into. And I went and I looked up the soundtrack on YouTube Music and listened to it, and I think the soundtrack's going to be right up my alley. So, and like I said, there was a sale going on, so I got some good deals on them in terms of vinegar pricings. Now this is the last one I got from the vinegar sale. I watched it in a video game last year. It was built into a game called High on Life, and I played it on Xbox. And in the game, I sat down in the living room and I watched the entire movie. So I haven't busted the seal on this yet, but I already knew what I was getting when I bought it. I had seen it, and I wanted it. It was all right. It was cheesy, but it was a good time. And then for birthday gifts, we were in Big Lots and scooped this one up. I really enjoyed this movie, so I was happy to get it. And I mean, $9, and it never came with a slipcover, so it's not like I had to go find one or anything like that. And then my last one for July was one that was for me to show was one that my mom got me for my birthday, which was the Godfather Coda Steelbook. We don't have a lot of options where I live, so when Walmart gets a nice Steelbook, we try to scoop them up when we can. And it's not very often we get a 4K Steelbook anyways, and one that actually says 4K on the Steelbook. I've noticed that a lot of 4K Steelbooks are repurposed Blu-ray ones. Some of them even have DVD logos on them. So I did my Vinegar Syndrome in July. The only thing I got in August was my pickups from McKay. We decided to take the family and go out to McKay, and it's a big, for those that don't know, it's a big outlet store, more or less, that has books and movies and CDs, vinyls, graphic novels, comics, video games. It's a big store. And now I got other movies, and I think I got some games and stuff there too. But the only 4Ks I got for the whole month were things that I got there. I found this one. I got cheap stuff too because, like I said, I like a good deal. I like Brad Pitt. I think he's usually a fun time. And I think he's a good actor. And I believe this was like $2.96 or $3.96. It wasn't very much. Got this one for $10. Tenet. I've watched about half of Christopher Nolan's films. And I've liked pretty much everything of his that I have seen. So I wanted to check this one out, and it still had the slipcover. I mean, there is new stuff at McKay, but a lot of their stuff is used secondhand. So when you can get a nice slipcover still with it, it's not a bad deal because they don't differentiate the price. It's the same price. It's market value price on the movie. This was, I believe, another $2.97, another $3 4K. I like Jamie Foxx. I haven't heard good things about this, but I might give it a go. This was another $3 one, and it had what I consider to be a nice looking slipcover. It's no different than the internal, and that's Hunter Killer. And about this time, probably maybe in July, I was checking out some Gerard Butler stuff on streaming, and I ended up really digging some of the stuff that I'd watched. Now I haven't seen this one yet, but I really ended up digging what I was watching of his. So I was really on the Gerard Butler kick, and I seen that for $3 and was like, yeah. Now, like I said, every once in a while at McKay, you get something new. And with this, I got a really nice conditioned Saw slipcover. I've seen the movie a bunch of times. I don't really need to open it to watch it. But it was $10 new, so I wasn't gonna cry about that. That was all I was gonna get in terms of 4K. But my wife, sometimes she just has like the most amazing eye and catches the coolest stuff. And she found this on an end cap in there, and it was the Resident Evil 4K Digibook box set. Nice J card on it. But you open up the box, and it's got all the movies in the little digiboxes and stuff. And this was a brand new set. So, and I believe they had it on sale at the time. I believe we scooped it. This was the most expensive thing that I got in the pickup there, and I believe it was $50. That's a really good price. You get the Blu-rays, the 4Ks, and you get all the digitals too. I'm not a big digital guy, but I'll take them. I build up a Vudu library. It's used amongst the family, our Movies Anywhere and Vudu and all that. It's all used amongst all the family, and it's tied to people's YouTubes and that kind of thing. So, now that was all I got for August. So for September, I picked up Evil Dead Rise. I really enjoyed this one. I know that some people didn't, which really surprises me because I thought it was a really fun time. We went and seen it in the theater and all that. And the reason why I had waited so long to pick it up was mainly because I knew it was Warner Brothers. It would get a sale. And lo and behold, it got a sale. And I was even right about the sale in the fashion that I still got the slipcover for it too. But it was $9.99. Good deal. And then I got a coupon, I guess, from the Vinegar Syndrome pickup I did for my birthday. I had enough for a $5 coupon, and they had this on sale in September. I'm not really sure what the sale was. Again, it might have been a flash sale, but it was Beastmaster. And I watched this movie a lot growing up, and I had a lot of fun with this. I haven't went back and watched it yet. It's still sealed. But I love that they have the different artwork and that the slipcover is different. It's not the big box Vinegar Syndrome, but it is the slip box. And for whatever the sale was on it, I ended up paying the shipping and everything, and I ended up getting this for $15 off the website, which for a Vinegar Syndrome from Vinegar Syndrome is a pretty good deal. Now these next two were bought at the same time, and they were bought by my wife. Every once in a while, she likes to come home with a couple good movies too. She picked up the Walmart exclusive enamel pen Little Mermaid. Now I'm glad she got this one, mainly because it's the 4K. I don't really care about the pens, but I really liked the white and like the gold lettering on the white, but I really liked like the white slipcover. There's not a lot of companies that do white slipcovers, and Disney's been doing a few of them, and I've really dug that. And then the other one she picked up on that visit to Walmart was Into the Spider-Verse. She had our youngest son with her, and it wouldn't have mattered sooner or later if we would have went through Walmart with this on the shelf even today. If we wouldn't have picked this up when it came out, and we would have waited too long, they would have only had, like right now, the Blu-rays in stock, and we would have been stuck with it, because he would have been bound and determined to bug us enough to get it. I haven't watched it yet, but he's watched it a handful of times. We opened this bad boy up. They opened it up before I ever got home from work that day and watched it. And he's watched it a few more times. I've heard nothing but good things about it. It's definitely in my watch soon list. And then the last one that I got, the last pickup I got for September was another Big Lots pickup. And I believe it was $7. Wild Africa and Tiny Giants. I consider this a one movie set, because they've probably never released them separately anyways. But it's more like a documentary style. And I really dig documentaries and like nature stuff. And I don't have any of that on 4K really. I think I have like a national parks possibly. So there's not a lot of this. And I always like a good deal from Big Lots. And because I don't have a lot of stores locally, Big Lots comes correct. And I find some good stuff there sometimes that I wouldn't find unless I left town. Alright, so what I got for October, they were doing, I guess it was because of spooky season, they were doing a lot of, they always do a lot of really good October sales for like Halloween and whatnot. But I'm assuming that was what this was for. But they had this on sale for $30. This is a steal at $30. Hell, it's a steal at $40 even. $10 a piece on these. But my wife had gotten me the other volume for Christmas last year. And I just figured for $30, these were a must-have for the collection. The next thing that I got, I was kind of on a kick, but they had this on sale on Walmart's website for or something like that, and I was able to get them to price match it in store for $26, and that was The Last of Us on 4K. I love getting TV shows. I'm a big TV show guy anyways. But I love getting them on 4K. And at the time, I guess I must have been on a kick, because it was pretty soon after. It wasn't the same day, but my next pickup was actually, I went and shopped Big Lots, and they had Doctor Who. And I consider this, it's television too. It's a special, but it's still television. And there's not much on 4K. At one point, I thought about it. I don't think I'm going to, but I had contemplated doing all the TV shows released on 4K, trying to get all of them. But that Stranger Things Season 2 would just be too expensive. Another Best Buy pickup that day was a movie called Song to Song. I've never heard of it. But I like Michael Fassbender and Ryan Gosling and Natalie Portman. I can't remember a time not seeing her in movies, all the way back to being real young and watching like The Professional, and then she was in Star Wars, and then she just continued to be in stuff. And then the other one that I got that day was Star Wars Rise of the Skywalker. I haven't upgraded any of my Star Wars to 4K, and I hadn't actually bought this movie yet, because I was just going to buy it on 4K when I got it, and it was just another Big Lots one, and they had the limited edition slipcover with it still. I was quite surprised by that, because I believe it was $7.99. But that was all I got that day at Big Lots. My next thing was, it went out of stock a lot I missed out on the pre-order and it went out of stock, and then it said you could only pick it up to you could only order it to pick it up in store. I don't have a Best Buy locally, and that was Megan. And one day it just went in stock, and it wasn't in stock the whole day, but it was just in stock to be able to be shipped again. And I ordered it. This was this was a fun time. We had a lot of fun with this. This was one that I watched with my daughter in the theater. It was like her first scary movie in the theater, and she really enjoyed it. I would have gotten it when it came out, but I kind of seen what Warner Brothers, Universal was doing earlier this year when they did it with Violent Night, Megan, Cocaine Bear. Renfield is still stuck to Blu-ray, but they were bringing out Blu-rays, and I'm like, no, they're going to do 4Ks. And Megan was one that I just really wanted to wait on. My son, he bought the Blu-ray when it came out, so we had access to watch it pretty much immediately on release of physical. But I was going to be a stickler, and they weren't getting two purchases out of me. That's for sure. That's all I can say about that. My next pickup was actually during the Criterion 50% off flash sale. And I ended up picking up my first Criterion. Well, new to me Criterion. I had previously had Daniel Webster and the Devil on DVD. But this was my first new to me one. I figured the first one that I was going to buy brand new needed to be a movie that meant something to me. And this is one of my favorite movies of all time. I can always put this on and it can just play. It can just play anytime. I can always watch Night of the Living Dead. I also used that flash sale to purchase this for my wife for Christmas, which was the Princess Bride digibook. This, one of the best releases of the year, in my opinion. Definitely one of the best movies new to our collection, for sure. The packaging, it's just beautiful. And then Scream Factory did a sale, and I used that sale to buy gifts for other family members. A lot of my family like scary movies and stuff, so I used that that Halloween sale to save money on gifts, and just held on to them till Christmas. But there were a couple that I picked up that I just couldn't pass the price on, and that was Slumber Party Massacre 1 and 2. I mean, 2 4Ks in one pack. I like that. I like my combo packs when it's the same franchise. And it was like $8, I think, on the flash sale. And then the other one that I got for myself on that flash sale, which you'll be able to tell I went with the bundle because of the exclusive slipcover. I love that they do that kind of stuff. I haven't opened it yet, and I haven't watched this movie since we rented it at the movie store back when it came out. Me and a couple buddies of mine rented it from the movie store, took it over to their house and watched it. But I ended up spending like $22, and it came with the extra slipcover and the posters. That was a pretty good deal for that for a Scream Factory. And that's all I got for October. So in November, I hit up Big Lots again. I like to hit Big Lots up as regular as I can. I always miss out on stuff. Like when I picked up that Doctor Who, I was also looking for the Sherlock that I was seeing a lot of other people get, and I never did see the Sherlock show up. But I did pick up Pirates 5. It was the last one that I needed in the physical collection. I have 1 through 3 on regular Blu-ray, and I have number 4 on 3D. And I know number 5 has a 3D, but it's not US, I don't think. And I'm not very good at doing imports and finding them and all that. So for $10, 4K, I have it. So I have all the movies, at least now, for now. And then the other one I got was one that I did import on 3D Blu-ray back in the day, but I knew it was a region-free. I knew it was a region-free 4K, so, but I went ahead and now I'm not replacing it because I still do collect 3D Blu-rays as well, but I went ahead and upgraded to a 4K of Maleficent. I still like doing the Disney thing. I was a Disney kid, and I have kids, and I like them to be Disney kids. So everything else I got for October not October, that was November. The rest of November was because I didn't buy anything new release. All I bought were Black Friday stuff. So this next bit was an entire Black Friday haul, and this is going to be everything for the rest of November. When I get to the end of November, that's the end of my Best Buy Black Friday haul. I ordered from their website. I got a handful of gifts as well, and there wasn't a movie in this stack that was more than that was more than $10. And actually, before we do that, there was one more that I got from eBay, and that was The Exorcist. I got The Exorcist. I did pick up this. I didn't like the slipcover. I really liked the blue steelbook, but I'm not a stickler for packaging. And this, I was ordering a game that I needed for a subset of games that I'm going for this year. And it was one of those buy two, get a third free type of deals, or save 25% or something like that on eBay. And the seller had this and a TV show box set on DVD of some sort. And I ended up picking this up. I ended up getting this for $10, so I really didn't care. And what's really neat about this is it does have both the theater cut and the director's cut, both on 4K, so they both have their own separate 4Ks. I thought that was pretty neat. Now, from here on out, the rest of this was my Black Friday sale Best Buy haul, which, like I said, I don't have a local Best Buy, so everything that I get Best Buy, I have shipped to me. And that was, I got Top Gun and Top Gun Maverick. I believe Top Gun was $7.99 and Top Gun Maverick was $9.99. There wasn't a single one over $9.99. I actually think the rest of them in this deck might have been $9.99. Enter the Dragon. It was very nice because I pretty much got all slipcovers with them as well. Vacation. And all the slipcovers came in really good condition too. I think I ordered enough. Best Buy had to put my stuff in a box, so that might have helped me out. Shazam. I really enjoyed Shazam 1, and I hadn't seen Shazam 2 till I got this. And I opened this bad boy up and we watched Shazam 2, and I like it too. The Shazam is the highlight of the DCEU, in my opinion. Another one that I got that I've not seen this one yet, but I hear nothing but good things about it, is Dune. I'm a stickler for trying to watch things as close in continuality as possible. So when we get closer to Dune Part 2 coming out in the theater, that's when I'll sit down and watch this. Plus, this is supposed to be a very good Dolby Atmos movie, and I got Dolby Atmos access for Christmas this year. So that's what I'll be testing with that. I'll be using the system on that. Another one, Battlestar Galactica. Now, I've never seen this. I've never seen the original Battlestar Galactica series either. And I've only seen like the first season of the series, the new series. I say new, but it's still old, but the remake series. So I'm excited to get to check those out. And then another one I got was Two Guns. Now I know a lot of people were joking about this, and they said, "Oh, Two Guns on 4K." I waited about a month, and I got it on Black Friday for $10. For $10, great deal. And honestly, it'd probably be all right even for 15. This I feel like I seen this when it came out, and I feel like I had a good time. Around the time this came out, I wasn't really buying movies. I was doing a lot of movie rentals. We still had a local rental store. Well, what was this, like 2013, 2013, yeah, 2013. We still had a movie rental store all the way up until 2020 locally. So in 2013, I wasn't really buying stuff unless it was 3D Blu-ray. If it was 3D Blu-ray, I was buying it. Everything else I missed out on. So now that it's out. So my last one, I attempted to order from Best Buy, and it was in my Best Buy cart. And when I went to check out, in the process of doing the checkout, it went out of stock, and they pulled it from my cart. But it was on sale for $7.99, and I really had to have the upgrade for $7.99. But I did not get it from Best Buy, and that is Pulp Fiction. One of my favorite Quentin Tarantino movies, just one of my favorite movies of all time. I really did Pulp Fiction. So earlier in the day, I was looking on Amazon because I'm a big Amazon shopper. I do shop on Amazon very often for my movies and stuff in general. And earlier in the day, on Amazon, they still want $17.99 for it, and it went out of stock on Best Buy. And when I went to check Amazon after it went out of stock on Best Buy, it was still $17.11 or some weird number like that. So what I did was I waited, I don't know, a couple more hours later, and I went back in. I went to check on my Best Buy order just to make sure everything was getting fulfilled. And I decided one more time to check Amazon. And Amazon had it for $6.19. I don't know how. I hit the order on it. It said it would take 1 to 2 months. And it showed up a day before my Best Buy order. So Amazon for the win on that one. And they saved me from a mishap on stock, thanks to Best Buy. But that's not Best Buy's fault. It's my fault for not being quick enough to get to the sale. But that was a nice little that was my Black Friday pickup. So for December, I went to Orbit. And if you watched my Orbit video, you watched it all the way to the end, you've seen what I picked up. I'm going to run through those real quick, just because those were ones that I picked up. And those were the only things I picked up in December, because I was supposed to not buy anything. But I was kind of given a little bit of a don't go to this section of movies, don't go to this section, and then you should be fine. So 4K wise, I got Wonder from Orbit. I got my first two Arrow big boxes with Wild Things and Waterworld. This Waterworld set's pretty awesome. It's got every cut of the movie in it. The other two cuts are only Blu-rays, and it's just the theater cut. It's in 4K, but you get all of the cuts. That's a big plus. Freeway 2, which is a really nice Vinegar Syndrome, really nice slipcover. You got that alternate artwork in there. I had never seen this. I kind of wish that they had Freeway 1 there when I went to pick this up, so I could have watched Freeway 1 first. But I am looking to get Freeway 1 with a slip as well, so I can have it in the collection to go with this one. But I watched this movie just shortly before filming this. And this was something different. Definitely give it a go if you like. What's her face? Natasha Leone. If you like her, definitely give it a go. But it may not be one that you want to keep in your collection. It's definitely submissive in that fashion, but that's every vinegar. That's almost every vinegar syndrome when it comes down to it, really. And then the other one, the other 4K I got was the double pack of Demons 1 and 2. I wanted to get this last year when I was there at Orbit, and I didn't when I was there last Thanksgiving. But this was also my first Synapse film in the collection, and it's the only Synapse film. Two more that I got. Now these ones I ordered them in November during the Criterion 50% off sale. But I ordered them from Amazon. So, and I think I did order them at the beginning of December, because I think the sale went on till like the 2nd of December or the 3rd. And I ordered them on like the 1st, so they still fall into the month. But one of them I got a week before Christmas, and one of them I got yesterday. And the first one, but I'm not complaining because I got this for basically half off right after release, was The Others. I have recently watched this. My wife had never seen this before, and I sat down and watched this with her, and I am very glad that I bought this, and I will be watching this one again. This movie deserves to be in the Criterion collection. It just deserves to be in the Criterion collection. It's just as good as I remember it being. Another one, and I've never seen this. I bought this on Tim Talkie's recommendation. I strictly bought it on his recommendation. I don't have a lot of older movies in the collection, and it's a black and white Dolby Vision film from 1944 called Double Indemnity. Now this one took a long time to get here. I just got it yesterday, but I got it for half price, so definitely worth checking. And then after Christmas, I decided to pick up a couple that I had kind of missed through the year, just some that I wanted to grab up last minute. This was one that I didn't want to miss out on. I love this pink, like the whole banner and everything. I wish they would have done like more of the matching banners this year for the 100. If they were going to do them, they should have done them like this. And I just really liked the pink, and I wanted to get it before I couldn't find a slip for it anymore. And this was the very last slipcover they had at my store that wasn't completely mangled. My Walmart usually has such a terrible time, and they get so mangled. And this one wasn't, so. And then it's not very often that I'm lucky enough to get a Shout or Scream Factory in store. But my Walmart actually had the Shout Factory's Weird, the Al Yankovic story. Now, I have always been a big Weird Al guy. I've always dug him. I've always thought he was awesome. I've known what this was ever since it was announced and it came out. I knew it was a parody of a biopic, so I'm so down for that. And it was a Roku original. I just don't have access the right way for Roku. I've been waiting for a physical for this. I definitely want to watch this in glorious 4K, but I wanted to watch this one. It was really neat that my Walmart had it. I think over the years I've been able to get a handful of Shout or Scream Factory at Walmart, and most of the time they don't come with the slipcover. But this was a really nice condition slip that I got there. So the last 4K pickup that I got for the year, and I think this came out right before Christmas, but this was one that we watched on Peacock, so the kids had already seen it. but I wanted it on 4K. And that's Five Nights at Freddy's. And mainly because my parents don't have Peacock at their house, so we bought this on the way over to my mom and dad's to watch it over there at their house with them, and now we just have it. So like I like my physicals, but I like the slipcover on this one. It's all embossed. So this was a nice last pickup of 2023. Now other ones that I got randomly through the year, they don't normally fit under my they're not under my 4K list. They're not in my 4K list, but they are 4Ks. I keep them separated. I keep them separate because of the way their cases are and everything, and what they are, and how I view them. So I don't know the exact dates and the order in which I got them, like I did my 4Ks all the way up to this point. But these are 4Ks that I added in. Previously, last year, I had 4 of the Paramount all 4 format editions. I call them the all format edition. Some people may call them the long box edition. The reason why some people don't want to call them like the Paramount line or anything is because, well, we'll get to that later, but Paramount's not the only one doing these lines. But I picked up Cloverfield in this format. So side note, I'm trying to get every single one of the Paramount clear box, long box, all format, whatever you call them. I'm trying to get them all. Now the order in which I got them, this is the order in which I got them. Cloverfield, I believe, was the newest one. It was the last one that I found. This was the newest one. And then the order in which I found them up to Cloverfield, because I just found Cloverfield on eBay a couple months back. And then earlier in the year, I thought I was finished, and I didn't know Cloverfield had one. But the one I got this back in like March or April, I believe, and that was Beverly Hills Cop. I really dig this movie. I love this movie. And you know, they're plain Jane. They're nothing. They're all white on the inside, and they're just the standard discs. You don't get any special features unless were on the standard release discs with these sets. But that's okay, because that's not what it's about for me. For me, it's about getting a 4K digital to be able to share with my family library. And I like the idea of getting all the formats. I don't really care about DVD, but these were all very cheap in terms of like what they were. I think the most expensive one is actually the next one coming up, and I think it was $17, and that's The Lost City. I got this one in May, I believe, and then I turned around and found this one on. Now I found both those in store locally. All these other ones I found I had to go to eBay to get, but I didn't even know some of them existed, so I had to like see that someone else got them and then go and search eBay, or they popped up as ones you may be interested in. But Shutter Island, and this is a great one for me to be in every format, because I just absolutely love this movie. So now I'm not confined to where I can watch it. I can watch it on any TV in my house, no matter the player, as long as there's a Roku box, Roku stick, smart TV, whatever. I'll even have the digital. Now, I'm a physical guy, but it is nice to get the digitals. I use my digitals. So, and then before I found out that Cloverfield had one, I found out that this movie had one of these sets, and I had no idea. So I think I ended up getting this one in May, and that was A Quiet Place, which I wish they would do A Quiet Place 2 in this, so that way they could sit next to each other on the shelf. But I almost assume that they're about done with these. I'm not seeing them popping up anywhere else, but I really liked it. I really liked it. Now, I want to say I got Cloverfield, like I said, in like August, because in July I got all of these, and I know that I got all of these in July, and I got them all at the same time. I bought them all at my Walmart at the same time, and I waited until I had to wait till I waited till July because I was saving up for my vacation at the beginning of July. And these were all modded. They were all set up for modular in June, and when they moved where they were located, I knew they were getting them gone, so I went ahead and picked them up. And I really dig this line, and I'm just going to show them off in alphabetical order. And that is Hacksaw Ridge, and I like this line because they got slip covers on them, unlike the other ones. Now, there's no other difference. You got your slipcover black DVD case instead of the clear DVD case. But they're DVD cases. They're DVD sized. They don't say any, or they say that, but they say it. It's like almost the same color of the box. So, but I really like this, and these ones. That's why I say those were all Paramount, the clear boxes. But these are all Lionsgate. And then I believe there's even one DVD case. Now, I don't have it, but if we're going to... That's why I kind of want to call it the all-format edition, because they all have something that says includes all formats. Those come with a sticker on the plastic. These have the sticker on the box. I've seen some people show that they have Fast and Furious 9 in a tall box like this with the same sticker, and it has all the formats, and that's a Universal movie. So that means there's other companies messing with these. That's just an interesting thing. But this whole line, this is the bomb. Knives Out, Universal, or no, not Universal, Lionsgate. They've only done these 4 as far as I know. If they're more than these 4, someone please let me know. Midway. I mean, and these things have been repacked. These are these 4 movies, except for this one here. Those 3, Knives Out, Hacksaw Ridge, Midway. Maybe not Knives Out, but I know Midway and Hacksaw Ridge. They've been repackaged and repackaged and repackaged. And I don't think this one has either, though. And I like this one too, Sicario. And I picked all these up in July. Sorry, in July. And these are 4Ks, so I count them. And I'm just going to show you the 4 of those all together because they look real nice when they're all together, like that. And they look real nice on the shelf lined up as well. They did real good. I really like this little line with the slips. I kind of wish Paramount went with slip covers too, but they were all supposed to be affordable. These were $14.95 a piece, so $15. And I think most of all the Paramount ones I ever got were $12.96 and $14.96. I think Lost City was $17. So. But that was every 4K Blu-ray movie that I added to me and my family's 4K Blu-ray collection in 2023. When counted, it looks as if I have added 97 films in 4K format to my collection this year. Some of them being replacements and upgrades from DVDs, such as Enter the Dragon and Dragon Slayer. Those were both upgrades from DVDs straight to 4Ks. Red Eye as well. Those were ones that I already had in my collection on DVD. There were a handful of Blu-rays that upgraded from Blu-ray to 4K as well. But I feel like that was definitely the most growth I've had in my 4K collection ever. I've been collecting 4K since 2016, and I sometimes go months without even buying anything, or so it used to be. January this year I started off with one, and then I had four in March, or four in February, and three in March. So I mean, I only had like 8 movies in the first 3 months of the year, like 8 films, and it ended up turning into 97 films by the time it was said and done. So I wonder what next year will bring. Anyways, if you actually made it to the end of this video, I do thank you for checking it out and giving my content a try, and seeing if it fits for you. It's going to be a lot of just talking movies and probably video games and some other little geeky stuff on here. But if you haven't already, please hit that like button on this video. Be sure to subscribe and hit the bell and choose all notifications to know every time I upload a new video and every time that I might go live, because I do live streams on here as well. Sometimes it's mainly just when I want to play games online and chit chat with people. So just make sure to be on the lookout for that. I'm excited to see where I go here on YouTube in 2024. This could be a lot of fun. Let's just say. I've already been invited by some amazing people onto their channels. So I'm excited to see what other channels I might get invited to, and if I might actually get to do some of those types of streams here on this channel. We'll just kind of see where things go. But I do appreciate everybody for tuning in, anyone that has subscribed and anyone that supports. Thank you, and until next time.